they make it seem like you're like an asshole if you don't try to go, like, you're not rich. It's like, wait a minute, it's 24 hours in a day and you're not out there getting it. You're a piece of shit. And it's like, wait, whoa, like, what's going on? And it's like, to me, it's like what I hate. Like I said, it's all people. Like, it's all people prying on that mentality of I want to get rich instead of I want to be wealthy. Like, it's all people preying on, and I feel like we're even talking in generalities, right? Because we're not giving out specifics, but based on my definition, I feel like it's people preying on people who just want to buy a yacht, have a yacht, or preying on people who just want to have money, or who just want to have a yacht with Eastern European women with, genetically enhanced bodies on top of the yacht. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a group of individuals that all want to live in Miami and drive around in yachts and have blonde-haired, voluptuous women, and that's their view of money. That's just it. And listen, as a young man, that doesn't sound like a bad idea either. But I'm just saying now, it's like after a while, you look at it and you go like, all right, bro, like, I kind of would like to be able to, like, not have to work for somebody. I kind of like to be able to have passive income. I kind of like to be able to just go on vacation. If I want to just go on a vacation for a month, I would kind of like to be able to do that. I like to do that before I'm like 60, if at all possible. If I could do that in my 40s, that'd be awesome. In my, my mid 40s. You know what I mean? Like, if I could just buy my, my daughter a brand new car instead of having to buy her like a 1986.
Yeah. No, I think that's what it's about. Like, it's just going, like, my thing is when I could go on a trip and still make money while I'm on that trip, and not talking about like no PTO or whatever, like actually generate like new income, net new income. Like, that's wealth. Like, I'm not worried about anything. I just woke up and like, all right, yep, we made some money. I'm feeling good. Yeah. And it's not even being about like being flashy or anything, because it's, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not a flashy person in general, so I never really had that side of me. So I can't relate completely to it.
Chris was the only one out of us. Out of us, he was the only one.
But
I look at his background. Look what he got going on in his background. He's like, look at me.
Go ahead, the other part of that is
you're just gonna take that.
No, I'm gonna get there. These things behind me don't cost me anything. Anything in this room, I get it paid for itself basically in a day of trading. That's not here nor there.
Oh, there we go. Well, that's the what I'm talking about.
Excuse me.
Here we go.
I did my taxes for my business, and all this stuff was a tax write-off. How about your remark? Oh
no! I mean, these flags back here, they cost $5. So.
Everything was a tax write-off. So $8,000 tax write-off.
You're mad. But yeah, I mean, I don't. So to jump back into it, like, I don't like the idea of people making money off of other people by just saying like, hey, I have it figured out and I'm going to give everything to you. Here's step 1. Listen to me. Step 2, get out of that bed. Step 3.
Like,
but the most fucked up part though is people need that. They want someone to tell them to get out of bed. Because if you
instruct them piece by piece.
If they get to their car and you're like, did you brush your teeth? Like, you didn't tell me to brush my teeth. They're like, really?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's like, even if you gave them the map to building wealth, which is probably pretty easy to do, right? You still can't give them everything because it's different for everybody. Everybody doesn't have the same ideas or whatever. Everybody's idea isn't going to work. So it's like everybody's path to wealth is going to be different, but you could at least set them on the right like trajectory. Like, stay along these kind of lines and you should be good. Like start with, handling your debt, free up some cash.
It's all about paywalls. We just got to create paywalls. And I've been trying to create our paywalls, but you guys refuse to get rich. I don't know what's wrong with you. I just want to create our paper. Can we?
How Mark? If you take
No, together. No, together.
you see,
Taxes. Write it off in your taxes, Chris.
Oh,
Shut up. Write it
together
off in your
now.
taxes.
you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Rule number one: when a nigga don't want to take leave, you just say no. Business ethics 101. Would your children be proud that you did what you did? No.
Listen, I have no problem. I have no problem. If we created a paywall, we would give out some real value, right? We give out some real value. I am confident that the three of us would give something that would be worth the price of admission.
And that is the one.
You just don't have. You just don't
I
have.
would be the
faith in yourself.
Temptations. It would be Mark Onleganju and the Temptations. I'll be okay. Dun, 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 dun. I do all the work, Mark, but I just need your face out there just in case it goes bad. But if it doesn't,
listen, I'm an analytic. I'll notate everything, so I don't have a problem. It's like, it wasn't me actually. I'm just a figurehead. I actually do this part right here. The scam is actually what. Chris, I already told you. I already have my. We have a new CEO speech prepared for you, Chris. You know what I'm saying?
That's okay.
I already gave it to you.
I just said on this one thing that you want. No, I will be behind you though. Let me get that money, dog. Shit. But people are. I hate to say people are that stupid, but people. It's just like the world is going backwards. It's weird to watch it. Like as much technology as we have, and as easy as things is to like look up and search. Like we can like. I look at people that ask me for workouts, right? Back in the day, Chris, can you make me a workout? And I'm like, all right, well, what are you trying to do? I just want to get big. Like I get the stupidest things. I want to get a big butt. Like what? Okay. I would literally go online, find out a workout, copy and paste it on my template, change a few things to make it a little bit easier, and send it to them. They could have done this. They could have done it themselves, but they'd rather give me $100 to go online and do it for them. Because for some odd reason, when I tell them to do it, it makes more sense than to them going online to looking for it. And it's only an easy Google.
Let me ask you this though: do you feel like that is disingenuous? Do you feel like with the fact that you did?
Yeah, that's why I hated doing it. Like I would much rather you just come work out with me, but that was too expensive.
Let me ask you this: when you create when for our logo, you know that I do Photoshop, right? And
yeah,
right. But you paid for it, right? You paid for it, right? You know I do Photoshop, right? But you wouldn't pay for the logo, right?
Right.
Because you realize you feel like they will do a good job. They would have confidence.
That is out of my realm. That is out of my realm. Like I don't have a sketch. I don't have the sketch or a pen to digitally do what our logo looks like.
No, but I'm a part of the podcast. You know, I do Photoshop. You know, I've been doing Photoshop since college. So at some point I've had to get better. You didn't even bring it to my attention. Hey, let's design a logo. You didn't do anything. You just paid for it. And I'm saying to you that mentality.
That's not really
true. That is the mentality.
We had a conversation about it. Remember, I said I wanted our heads as cartoon heads, and we are like, "Oh, okay, cool." At that point, if someone can do cartoon heads, someone should speak up. But if no one speaks up, then I'm gonna say I will just pay for it because I gave us a window of 2 weeks. Remember, I said on February so and so I'll have a logo for us. If you're like I have Photoshop down pat, Chris, let me just take it. I was like, cool. Let's see what you can do.
True.
Well, I mean, I'll say
I showed y'all what I could do.
And that was nice, Tim, for what we had. it was.
Anyways.
It was
okay. Anyways, so my process is this: that you went, but at the end of the day, you probably floated out there. Maybe you felt like I didn't, jump out there, whatever the case may be. But you had more confidence in the other individual who charged us how much they charged us, or charged you how much they charged you to get that done. And I think, people oftentimes, when you look at products as a service, like oftentimes these services, like there are very few services that are just like especially like specific towards like only one individual can do it, right? Especially in this new age of like information and technology and YouTube, right? Everything is YouTube driven. Like you can figure out how to do mostly anything, but the time and a lot of people would rather just, hey, I'll give you $100, you'll do whatever, so on and so forth, and that's what it is. And I think that inner confidence stretches across the board. So I don't necessarily think it's disingenuous. I think that those individuals knew that they can go find a workout, but they saw you, they saw in shape, they saw you were in shape, they saw you in the gym doing X, Y, and Z, throwing weights around and shit and doing different shit than they were doing. So they go, okay, I'm willing to give him $100 to give me a workout. Because even if he's cutting and pasting it, he at least knows what to look for. I don't know what to look for, obviously.
Could be true.
Because my butt's not big.
That's not a thing. That's why it's nothing to look for. It's not a thing. You can't just go to the gym like, can I just get a big butt? Like, nah, you can get in shape.
You can get a tone butt though, but you show them how to get a tone butt. And that's what you probably did. How to get a tone butt. Cut and paste. What I forgot what your logo was. You know, aesthetics or what was it?
Always just fit.
Always just fit. Yeah, always just fit. Bam, there you go. I mean, I think that's how products are made. I don't think that's necessarily disingenuous.
I hated it. I hated doing that. I was like, ugh. It was like, I think that's why I got out of it, because I was like, it got to a point where it's just like I would do all that and people would still not work out, and it was like, okay, well, I don't want to waste my time anymore. So I'm out of here.
You're not wasting your time. You're getting $100.
Yeah, it was a waste of my time.
Is your time worth more than $100?
Now it is, absolutely. Yeah. Yes, it is. So
back then, was it worth more than $100?
No, it was not. It was not back then. Now it is. So I made a great move. So whatever was more beneficial to my time.
Fair enough. I think it's just two different ways to read the thoughts. But I mean, I guess to get back to the whole wealth versus rich, I think wealth or I think these are proponents of psychology. And I think wealth, and let me know if you guys agree with that. Wealth is a sense like, I think wealth is more so a sense of being confident and okay with where you're at and being okay with things that you have and having the freedom to do essentially what you need to do. Whereas in being rich is more so is using your money or whatever to get your gratification or get the things that you need from the outside world. I think those are two different mental concepts. Let me know what y'all think.
That's right. I feel 100% right. I feel wealth is now. I feel like when you're wealthy, whatever makes you happy, do it. Like, I love cars. That's what I love. So I'm okay with going in debt for a car. I enjoy cars. If I want one, I'm gonna go get it because it makes me happy. I'm not doing it for anyone else. I'm doing it for me. And that's how I kind of look at certain things. Like, I think when you do things for other people, that's when it becomes like something that just like sucks your money up, because it's like you don't really care for it, and you're still paying for something that you don't care for. But when you like love something, every time you pay for it, you're like, I love it, so fuck it. So it becomes.
I mean, I like sneakers. Mine's is a little bit cheaper. I like sneakers. I had some. I guess that's my thing. I guess Tim, you like those gadgets, right? Like having your little gadgets.
Yeah, the tech world, yeah.
So I think, as long as you're not, almost going bankrupt for what you're trying to do, I think it's okay. But it can't be for someone else's from some outward appearance. Like, I want people to go, oh wow, he has all these cool things. Like, if you really care for that kind of shit, then cool.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, wealth is definitely like something.
Frozen?
Matrix.
Did I pause? Okay. I was like,
did I pause?
I didn't.
You sure did, buddy.
Right.
You sure did.
Can you hear me now? But yeah, wealth is something that you basically build for yourself, and that concept or construct of rich is more like, it's kind of like the brand of wealth. Like, in certain aspects, you can look at rich as the brand of wealth because it's what you're showing as your brand of yourself. I'm rich and wealthy.
And everyone should love me.
and everybody should love me. Yeah, want to be around me because I have all
Most
this
people
money
hate you
and
for that.
Yeah, they do.
That's the weirdest part. Like the more wealth or more money you show, people are like, "Ew." And especially in the black community, like, what did he do to get that? I don't know, some spicy shit. I guarantee you did something he ain't got no business doing.
Yeah, basically, 100%. I always wanted to be like those Indian dudes I used to see where they drive like a Toyota or a minivan and all their kids have BMWs. I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. Like I got it. Like they wear the same comfortable shirt or whatever, and then they go to their little small businesses, and all their kids are driving like luxury vehicles. And you go, oh,
Stupid.
I get it now. You know,
Fuck that. I
for
want to
the
drive a
next.
luxury vehicle. Fuck my kids. Fuck those kids, man. I'm finna drive that BM. They better drive that Toyota until they come up, nigga.
yeah. After this
For-
episode, I gotta tell you what happened. We went to the dealerships this weekend, and it was interesting.
Mhm.
Honda fucked up, man. We're not going Honda no more, man. It's crazy. Crazy.
Oh, yeah, not the Honda.
Yeah, man. Honda.
They don't ever do
No
no
Honda.
Honda. Shout out to Kaden when he turned 16. If you ever looks at this, hey son, you got yourself a brand new Honda. You
still
gotta
have
struggle
a-
like I struggle. It
Are
won't be a
you
brand
gonna
new
give him
Honda.
this?
I'm gonna give him
Are
a
you gonna get a
Honda.
brand new?
No, fuck no. He's gonna get an old Honda Civic with. And I'm gonna put him on a hill in a manual and be like, "If I show you,
Yep.
son, you never learn.
For real.
If I
That's
show
what
you,
sticks
son,
with you though.
you'll never learn."
You're not gonna show him how to do the stick. You're just
I'm gonna show him a
let
little
him
bit.
just-
Once he gets a little comfortable, when he gets on this first hill and realizes he has no idea what he's doing, I'm just let him sit there, burn that clutch to pieces, and they be like, "Son, you got a clutch to buy now."
What you gonna do?
Why would you do?
But once he
Why
gets
would
up
you
that hill, because once he gets up that hill, he'll never have a problem with the stick again. It'll all click for him from then on out. That's what happened to me anyway. So he'll figure it out.
No, that's what happened to me too. Yeah, put on
I
a
don't know how to
hill
drive
and
a
made it
You know,
manual.
up.
kids
So.
can't tell time. Random subject. You know, kids can't tell
No,
time like
like
on a regular fucking clock.
analog. Yeah.
Like that's a thing. Like these young kids are in the garage and they, Liz's dad got just a regular clock in there, and he was like, "Look," he said, "What time is it?" And Liz's dad pointed at the clock. And he was like, "What's that 1:32?" And I was like,
Oh shit.
and I guess my face. He's like, wait.
You're the wrong person to get something wrong. Like you're the wrong person to be around when you get something wrong.
I was like, what? And he's like, I mean,
It's the big one, right? Like the long one's the
no,
hour.
no, Tim, I swear to God, he was like, the big hand's on the one. No, he was like, the little hand's on the one, so that means one, right? And I was like, yo, get your phone out, man. This is nonsense. This is dumb. What'd your phone say? I said, yo, that 6 is 30, so anything after 6. I was like, this thing's before 30. It's at the 5. What are you doing, man? 5, 10, 15, 20.
You know, while you're over here talking about it, I was like, do I still know how to do it? I was like, okay, yeah, I do. Okay, I got it. But like, if you have it,
it's funny because you don't realize like these kids don't have to do that. Everything is digital.
Yeah.
I know. I just found out that they took what cursive out of the thing.
Because that was a fucking waste of time. It was really a
It
waste.
is.
It was, but I mean,
But
for
it
your
does help you
signature, I
get
guess.
better. It does help you
When
get
you
good
become an
penmanship.
adult, you have to write in cursive all the time. Obviously, that made sense to somebody. Like when I was a kid, I was like, why do we have to write in cursive all the time? Like, who can see this shit? Who's reading this?
Old English people who write in Latin, like old English
Right.
scholars.
You got to sign your checks in cursive, and you got to write the whole thing out in cursive. I was like, why? Because can't they see it either way? Nope.
No, they can't.
I don't know. Okay.
They cannot.
That was the
Different.
thing. People got held back for cursive.
yeah.
I had terrible handwriting. I didn't get held back for cursive. What the hell is going on? Who's
No,
getting held back for cursive?
I had really great handwriting, and
People didn't remember the letters.
I just thought that shit was wild. That's not a thing anymore in the curriculum. It's
Oh,
and they do math different, like way different.
well, you were getting to. You wanted to get to something.
Oh
my
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
My bad.
Like you over here talking about like
It was crazy.
that was a hard ass turn. Other shit.
The clock thing was hilarious
Talking
to me.
about
I
talking
ain't
about
never seen
cursive.
I ain't never seen no shit like that. Oh, you talking about Tim had? Were you getting into something, Tim? Or me?
Nah,
No,
it was you. You.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, anyways, I did see something else on Facebook too. That was hilarious. I don't have the clip, but I'll try to find it and post it. But it was a guy, light skinned fella, and he was talking about, hey, when you meet a girl and she tells you no because she don't want to go hang out with you at a bar, you need to send her cash app so she can get her hair and toes and nails done, and then ask her, maybe to Atlanta or something. She don't want to go to a movie with your dumb ass. She want to be taking on vacations, and you got to make sure when she goes to vacation, get her a dress, buy her some stuff, make her cash app say Bing. That's what real niggas do. And I was like, huh. And then
Make
like
her
the
cash app
comments under
say
that
Bing.
was like, hell yeah, girl, that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, so this fella's giving these girls a false reality because that shit sounds silly as fuck.
I'm gonna say something to you, Chris. It's silly to you.
Shit.
And Tim. I forgot. Definitely you, Tim. Shit, yeah, it's definitely you, Tim. And listen,
That
it's
shit.
silly to me too. It's silly to me too. But I just need you guys to understand there are people out here who are doing that. I just need you guys to understand that. And you guys may not be doing it. Because
Can we say sugar daddy?
No, guys, you gotta
Prep
understand.
class, sugar daddy 101.
Guys, listen. Guys, listen. We live in a world where art imitates or reality is starting to imitate art. And you have people out here who are legitimately doing that, doing things that rappers are doing, not understanding that no, those fellas are rappers. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Charlamagne, but he one of the things he said is like act your wage. Act your wage. I remember what's her name? Sweetie, I guess. She when she first got with Quavo, I think she just came out and said, I guess she was speaking to the fact that Quavo bought her a Birkin bag. She said that you shouldn't mess with a man. You shouldn't mess with a man unless he's able to buy you a Birkin bag. I don't know if you guys have looked at the price of a Birkin bag. That's some niggas' mortgage. That's some people's mortgage. Right. So
she felt
I mean,
that was a good message put out there.
Yep. Yep. But
serious.
but once again, we live in a generation where back in the day, if Lil Kim said that, people would go, okay, Lil Kim, you're a rapper. That makes sense, right? Nowadays, people say that and they go, yeah, you better give me a Birkin. When are you gonna give me a Birkin? It's like, what?
Yeah, no, that's their role model.
What?
Like they
like
they're
once
teaching
again,
them
I wish a nigga would. A Birkin bag? I think the only girl that I've given a purse, I bought a purse for was my wife. That sounds terrible. I know to some people. I think that's the only girl that I've ever bought a purse.
Nah, not really. I mean, like if you bring in somebody up and saying like to get with a woman, you have to spend money.
Bills.
Like you have to pimp yourself out to acquire a woman.
Yourself out, brother. Why is not taking care of it? This go ahead.
It's not taking care of it. You got parents. Hold on. You better have a job. You better take care of yourself. Better be the IND. You know what I mean? You want me to play that? Shit, hold on now.
Independent woman.
Tim felt that in his soul, boy. Like Tim was like, you better. I haven't heard so much life out of you, Tim, since this podcast started. Tim's like, you better.
Shit.
Tim felt that in his soul.
Look.
All right. Okay.
I'm just saying, like, I guess if you have a weak jumper, go that route.
You got a weak jumper?
Go that
You're
route.
being a toxic male.
Nah, like what are you teaching?
Maybe.
What are you teaching somebody by saying like to get this woman, all you have to do is spend a little money. Just throw money and you can go on trips and anything with these women.
Tim.
And then they still might not give you that poon poon, and now you're really angry. Now
Right.
rape is to the
Right.
roof.
How much do I have to spend? Like,
Whoa.
this is a whole new
Whoa,
world.
whoa,
We
whoa.
talking
You
prostitution?
tried to sneak, you tried to
No, I'm
sneak
just being
that one in
honest.
there.
Niggas would be upset. Niggas would be upset. Tell me a nigga,
Mhm.
you take a girl on a trip, and then she gonna take that whole trip, and you be like, so what's up? She's like, nigga, I'm finna go to my room. You're like,
For real.
you gonna sit there and tell me a nigga can just go to his room with a straight face? Like that nigga's gonna be upset.
Seriously, people be mad at the club because they bought a woman a drink and they ain't do that. So we talking about a drink?
Yo.
I'm
No,
just saying,
okay, this is funny.
these girls are setting themselves up for failure. That's all they're doing right now. Accepting all this
Man.
cash out.
Well, let me say this. This is what I'm gonna say. There is a sect of men that have a sense of thinking that like there's almost like the classic man essentially is supposed to take care of vis-a-vis the woman. So, and they view it in the sense of like, okay, classically back in the day, you couldn't date a girl unless you had the money essentially to date a girl. Like dating was more so as economic as it was physical, emotional. So essentially, if you didn't have the money to take a girl out and wine and dine her and do all this extra stuff, you shouldn't be dating. And there
I get
is
that.
that's the whole, if you
But-
there's no romance without finance, that mentality.
I feel like
And-
that's not the same thing though.
Not at all. Not at all.
No, I understand that. But
Okay.
I think what I'm saying to you is that I think is a group these men is the same mentality, but like to these current standards, which don't necessarily make sense. I'll say for myself, no. I would say no. Yeah, no. Like, no. I I think me personally, for me, the pursuit of anybody has always been about I've always been into just understanding why people are the way they are. So for me, that has always been my focus in all of my interactions, whether it be friendship, romantic, whatever the case may be. Like, I want to understand the individual. So I'm willing to absorb certain costs because I guess that's the norm. But I'm not willing to be what I would categorize as a sucker neither. So, so there is a balance.
Cost, it's a bitch. I don't know.
Well, listen. Okay, for instance, let me ask you this: I had this conversation with a buddy of mine, and we were talking about another buddy. He was out in the club with, he was in the club, right, and he was there for his homeboy's girlfriend's birthday. So she had all her friends there, right? Her homeboy's girlfriend's birthday. She had all her friends there, right? My one friend was trying to put him on one of the girls that was there that was single. He was like, "Hey, just buy her a drink." He was like, "I'm not buying her." I'm telling the story to my other homie. And he's just like, "Well, kudos to him, and I ain't buying a girl no drink. Buy me a drink." This is like,
Okay, he, my friend, gets no pussy. So I hate it for him, but that's dumb. See, that drink
Okay.
comes with a mission. That drink comes with a conversation. So you're paying for
Okay.
that conversation initially.
Okay.
You're like, I have to get in there. How do I get in there? It costs me $5.
Okay, so all right, so that's all right. Well, that's just my point. And my point is like there are costs. Like let's not act like they're not costs. Like, people act like
That's true.
okay,
But it's not like to the
Okay.
extreme of like you have to what you say, make her cash app go ding. Point like that's
me
that's
sitting at home
extreme.
just doing some stupid shit like that just sounds dumb. Like, let me just make sure her nails are done. No.
But I mean, you
like
also
I mean,
understand
there's like a build up to it of like, all right, like the first couple of times we chilled or whatever, like maybe, and that's a big maybe. Like that first day, like I might test you out. Like, are you gonna offer to pay? Because I mean, I'm gonna pay. In my mind, I'm paying, but like to see if she's
that's
like,
a, that's
she's
a,
just
That's a weird path too. Is offering like if she does go for a purse, yes. But if she asks me to go get something to eat,
Yeah.
no.
Right. Oh yeah.
If you
Yeah.
ask me to go get something to eat and you take me to like McDonald's or some
And
shit
then just be
because
like,
you're hungry and then you're looking at me to pay for it, oh, you ain't getting nothing to eat. I'll tell you that right now. You make me too hungry. I could be starving. We just ain't gonna get nothing to eat. Out there. I would go back home, get my car, and then go get something to eat.
Man. It's like I ain't brought no money. Like,
Yeah,
didn't you pick me
no,
up? I left
like
it. Huh?
I would lie my ass off. Like, boy, hell no. You look at me like, oh, I only got emergency money. Well, god damn it, bitch. This is emergency, ain't it? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
listen. Maybe I never was in these scenarios you guys are mentioning. I would say for myself, typically speaking, if I'm in those scenarios, I asked the girl, so I was always paying because I asked. So you know, if I didn't want to pay, I didn't ask them to go anywhere, which I guess may be toxic in and of itself. But essentially, for me, if I wanted to take, if I wanted to spend time with that individual, because during our college period, it was definitely a weird time. It was the emergence of the Netflix and chill, and a lot of us discovered that I'm not going to name names, but a lot of us discovered
You ain't got
that
paid nothing. It's a free market out here.
a lot of us discovered that
That's funny.
you can provide entertainment at the house because we have this vast app with vast library of different things. And if you had it and other people didn't have it, well,
You got
people would
all
come
the
over.
hoes.
Women.
I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna name any names.
Oh man.
I'm not gonna name any names, but there's a group of individuals that I know that just understood that was the thing. But anyways, like I said, like I just feel like there's a balance, right? No, I'm not gonna take you out on trips. I mean, that sounds a little silly, and those people aren't real people. Typically, the dudes that say shit like that, they're either scammers or they're IC bloods or they're those individuals. If you work a real, like the people who live in reality, and that's the issue that sometimes this is that back in the day, that stuff stayed in its realm. That was the realm. Like, okay, in that realm, y'all did that. Y'all go to Jacob and buy girls matching Jacobs and furs and all that shit because you're in that realm. You're a drug dealer, rapper, whatever. You did that. And us working people, we did regular shit. But now it seems like since the worlds are starting to mix together, it's like, you're young and you over here trying, you might be a young professional and you're over here trying to date a girl and she's just like, no.
Make my cash app ding. Like, bitch. I don't
can't wait till I
understand.
hear that out there.
I'm like, are you crazy? Get out of here.
I mean, I've heard some stories. Of guys like, meeting, but there's a lot of dudes meeting these girls on these dating apps too. And I will say for these toxic dudes who are doing this Kevin Samuels content, what I'll say is that by watching a couple of these videos, I really didn't understand what a racket Tinder is and how it leads to Instagram and how these girls who are these highly sought out girls in these apps are making a ridiculous are making an income based off these things. Because it's like these girls, bro, what they're doing, yeah, dog, it's like what they do is like
network.
Yeah, they create their own network. And what's happening is this, right? So they'll be on Tinder, right? And they'll list their Instagram, right? They'll be on Tinder, they'll list their Instagram, right? They'll swipe. Obviously, they're not going to match, but obviously, a dude is thirsty. So then what happens is that they hit them up, they follow them on Instagram, which if you have a whole bunch of followers on Instagram, what does that lead to? It leads to money, right? And then on top of that, these people, they shoot the shot on the Insta. And typically that's where the bidding war happens. And I'll take you over here, I'll fly you out over there, and so on and so forth. That's when all that happens. Now these are for like the girls that look like they go get actual professional pictures taken.
Yeah.
These are not the regular girls that you see on Tinder.
I was thinking about
You're on vacation and you
the
just like,
scams. That was a scam that one of the guys was talking about. You take some girl's picture and he's like, you got these corny ass dudes that pay you anything. I was like, shit. I guess that makes sense.
dude, I honestly thought about it and I was like, man, that sounds crazy. Like, I know a chick. Like, hey,
he's
man,
too
can I
embarrassed
see
to
your
really
picture?
tell nobody, right?
Huh? I know a
He's too
chick like, hey man, let me use
embarrassed
your
to
picture, man. I'll split the money with you. Let me use your picture real quick. Let's figure this
say it.
out.
She'll be looking at her own profile like, who is this? Like, it's me. You got a lot of
Man.
names, don't you?
They are bad at shit.
She could be walking down the street and he's like, hey. And she's like, wait, what? You got a lot of folks mad at you, girl.
Bro, yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. Have y'all asked your significant others? Have you seen their DMs? Have you looked at your wife's DMs?
Nigga, did you threaten me?
Shit.
No, I
Do
did
it
not.
right.
This thing's what?
You say it again, I'm gonna take it as disrespect.
Neither did you threaten me. This is gonna be 3 topics, by the way. 3 separate topics, by the way.
Yeah,
but all right.
Oh yeah.
No,
Oh man.
all right. Well, okay. Me and my wife have a pretty open relationship. So she showed me some of her DMs, and it's like, whoa. Now my wife, she be playing around, and I'm like, yo, please stop, because if one of these niggas like decide to show up, and then I have to like kill somebody because you thought it was funny that you wanted to play around with the sugar, like she's literally showed me messages from like greasy old white men who are literally giving the prices. Like, I am a sugar bearer or whatever, and I will give you $1,000 a week allowance or whatever, and so on and so forth. Literally.
What?
Yeah, literally.
Let's talk about
Hold
Hold on. You gonna leave no money on the table now, baby.
Right. This is our business. You got my name now.
What you do exactly? Just talk. Well, everybody needs some conversation.
Trying to get this biz.
I
mean, there's dudes out here who are willing to pay that money for just conversation. For me, I look at that and I go, for me, I was just like, look, what I do not want to happen is that some of these, because you engage with these individuals, and it's like, you know what I mean? It gets obsessive. It don't take much to track an IP address, bro. It don't take much. And I'm just saying, if I have to kill somebody because you decided, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you show up at the crib, I'm a murk you. Like, this is what's gonna happen. I'm murk you.
That'd be a bold individual.
Man.
Like, at that point, like,
Is there something out there
above and beyond the Call of Duty, and that's fine. She didn't warn you. That's your fault. But you're here now, so let's discuss it. Let's talk about it. We're here now.
But hey, bro, can you not come back over here? But I love her. Listen, bro. I'm only gonna say this one more time. Then I'm gonna go ahead.
Who you, nigga?
Or they could be one of them crazy.